Nightcap Knowledge, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Central.
Oh, man. It's Tuesday. It's 9 o'clock. You're hearing my voice on your Facebook, your Twitch, your YouTube. You know what time of TID is? It is time for Nightcap Knowledge. We'll be starting soon. Put the kids to bed, people. Put the kids to bed, people. Get your nightcap. High quality H2O. High quality octane. 93, 87, 89. Whatever you can afford, whatever you can stand. Share this live right now. Share this live right now. Get your nightcap. It's time to put the kids to bed. It's Nightcap Knowledge. Got to give a shout out to the official water of Nightcap Knowledge, Aspira Pura. Refreshing taste, keeping it simple. Available at Amazon.com. Oh, yeah, boy. Shout out to the Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers. Begin your career in healthcare today. You can visit them online at mshscschool.com or give them a call at 769-572-7490. In time for the EPS Institute, healing the entire you. You can gain more information about the EPS Institute at epsinstitute.org. It's a great show that we have lined up tonight. We're doing coffee therapy, y'all. Coffee therapy. We got folks from all the way over in New Orleans, Louisiana. Share this live right now. Let somebody know where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Nightcap Knowledge.
I'm tired.
Hey.
I'm tired. Tired, boss. Tired, boss.
You just getting started.
Hey, man. Hey. Gotta welcome everybody to Nightcap Knowledge, real talk, real issues, real solutions. This show is rated black and uncensored. And we are here with our celebrity guest host, TBC herself, Tanya Boyd.
Oh.
She missed that. She missed the plug. She missed the plug, Chuck. She missed the plug. The shout out.
I heard it. Freaker.
All right.
That is.
And then I don't know who your DJ, but when we say go DJ. Our
But that's
DJ.
my DJ.
Our DJ. DJ George Chuck. Because he drive a black truck
On
and
the
he
ones and
don't
twos.
give up. Oh.
Know this, man.
Good timing. He was on it. He was on it. Good timing. Good
And the
timing.
one who makes sure our minds stay right, making sure we stay on top of knowing who we are, how amazing we are. The professor, the one and only doctor of the institutions of the mind, Dr. Mac F, on the ones and twos of our mental. There he is. He looking for it. He looking for it. Watch this. He about to find it. He about to find it. There he is.
Hey.
Ah!
Hey, Mac, stay locked and loaded with the Macisms.
The Mac is hashtag.
Hey.
The
I got a party pack.
Oh Lord,
Hey, I got mine too.
For the party pack, baby. Big shout out to the living legend, Larry Leggett.
The Larry Leggett.
The Larry Leggett leaking Obama. The boy got his own money. When I say he got his own money, I mean he got his own money.
The liquor legend.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh yeah.
And big shout out to our big homie, man. Again, our shouts out and condolences go to the big homie, the Remy ambassador himself, Mr. Jay Porter. Jelani and his wife Helen lost their son, and they had his homegoing celebration yesterday. So, continue to keep them in their prayer and keep them in your prayers. Well wishes, support. If you know them, you know how to reach them. But they need some time now just to process. So we want to definitely continue to remember them and shout them out. And we're gonna be ready when you need us, brother. Ready when you need us. So
you know it. Always.
Fact, I don't think I have no Remy. Let me see.
I had some with him yesterday.
Let's see.
Yes.
I think I got a Kona. I got a Kona of 1738. A Kona.
17.
Drink a libations of water.
Look at it. I think the bottle done got dusty.
I'm just gonna drink this one. For all things time, your boy Cannon 777-2589.
I don't want to see that no more because I ain't got my cup.
I got yours. Wait, Chuck, my fans came in. My step and repeat, everything is here. So I'm gonna ship y'all out your fans and your TVC cups coming. So I wanted to get it to y'all this week. But look, here's the thing. A lot is going on. I am on day 4 of this cleanse, so I'm staying on my water, dropping these pounds, getting these weights and lifting libations in of water. Cheers.
Pick one.
Macallan 12 all day.
Oh man. Let's do it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the official water of Nightcap Knowledge. That's
Yeah, you're right.
Pure.
Yeah, you're right.
Water. Shout out to Brother Brundage, Eric Brundage, all the way over there in the DFW by way of Biloxi, Mississippi.
Eric, I need a case of water. Oh, case of water.
Somebody add Eric comics. Somebody add him.
She thirsty. She thirsty. Now we've been bringing up some guests on this show, but I think Tanya that came in, and I'm talking about her feet hit the ground running.
Yes.
She done put together a hell of a lineup for tonight. And it is definitely in sync from what we started. And I say we got to have ownership. Years ago, Chuck and I, with our partners, Larry, Tony, and Silas, a couple of us, we pulled together an event called Social Therapy, which we combined a happy hour special with massage therapy, right?
Yeah.
And it worked. The great concept. So today we got coffee therapy, right?
Coffee therapy.
We're supporting a black-owned business, which is supporting another black-owned business, which is supporting a black community. Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Great people coming on tonight.
Can't beat it. And I'm telling you, we making it happen, Captain. We doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? Well done is better than well said. We in here.
We in here.
We ain't going nowhere.
That the Macisms. All day.
Damn.
I'm excited. I was hitting y'all up like when these ideas begin to flow. I'm like, man, there's so much that people I feel people are not aware of when it comes to products, business owners, venues, and so forth. And I'm a foodie, right? So I'm announcing to the world now. I'm back 100% vegan. I tried to stick with my seafood, but my body was like, no, ma'am, bitch, get rid of that shit, and get back to the plant-based, full plant-based veganism. And I'm grateful because, like I said, I started back up on Saturday, and I love patronizing the Black-owned vegan businesses here, Black and brown, right? Because there's some amazing brown business owners here as well, and there's some sisters over on Metairie Road. That's where I go and get. No, it's Rose and Bowls has been there.
Rose and Bowls. You ain't took it.
Rose and Bowls have been there, so we're gonna go there next time you come back in town because they have vegan and non-vegan. They're very strict on when I order. They already know tofu dinner, double salad. Like they know my order, right? And I appreciate them. Shout out also to my boy Nick, the GM at True Food. He's always looking out.
You said True Food?
True Food Kitchen, which is a corporation, like it's a global restaurant, right? Okay. But I love the camaraderie that has been developed between the GM, the assistant GM, myself, and my friends. Like they know when we're coming in, they know where I sit. Like it's because I know I could go and get some great vegan food. Of course, shout out to Shatwana Anthony over at Sweet Soul Food. That's my people. Like we can go on and on and on, right? But I'm saying all that to say, I feel like if that flowers are deserved, give it to them now, right? So let's shout them out. And also, here's another thing. Somebody posted on social media and they said, if what's a corporate saying that you've heard all the time, right? That you know it's a lie. And the corporate saying, the brother come back and say, can I be honest with you? Or I'm just gonna be honest. Like when people lead with that, that's bullshit already. Because you're telling me something, like I feel like you're leading with something because I'm questioning if you've been telling the truth. If you say, can I be honest with you?
Can I be honest with you?
Exactly. And so I feel like when it comes to the businesses, we need to be more truthful. And letting them know so they can be more successful. A lot of our corporations, Black-owned, fail because we're not truthful. And some of us don't want to take it.
Look, listen at this part. When a Black person say, look, let me tell you something. You know they finna get you. Hey, you finna get your ass right.
Hey, no, you got to give the older person when they say, now I don't mean no harm, baby. When it start off, well, I don't mean no harm, baby. You can tell your breath stink. Something about you just ain't right, and it's gonna be like your soul gonna be hurt when they finna tell you about. I don't mean no harm, baby.
Hey, they gonna slice you up, buddy. They gonna slice you up real good.
Or the other one, my mama said, if I can't say nothing good, don't say nothing at all. Like it's if you hear those three phrases, man, look, don't take offense. Take notes.
Take notes. You better get your little notepad out.
That part right there, so you can be ready. And I feel like tonight's show is going to be amazing because the sisters that's coming on, Kiara's going to only be here because the sisters at work. Okay. And so Kiki and I was talking about her brand, and I was like, I just want to try it. So I ended up tasting it Saturday, and I was like, I need that good melpomene in my system.
Where our coffee, Chuck?
We have to go over to New Orleans.
Why she sipping? Did we say last week to go ahead and what we need to do to get us some coffee for by Tuesday? I think we said that. Why is she drinking fast? I'm trying to figure out what happened. Because I remember when we said, like, what do we need to do to get our coffee here by Tuesday so we can drink it on the show?
Okay. So what had happened was.
Oh, there it is. Chuck, what a thing is. Give me.
Look, so what I'm gonna do is when Kiara get on here, I'm gonna make sure y'all have y'all bag of coffee. Look, the way the coffee comes is it's coffee beans. So you gotta have a coffee grinder.
Yeah.
So make sure you have a grinder.
Or a NutriBullet.
Or a NutriBullet. When I tell you it has a nice, the melpomene is more the medium light roast. It has a nice nutty and for some reason like a nutty vanilla flavor to it, because I drink coffee like my grandmama when she used to drink Senka. She drank it black. So I drink black coffee, no sugar, no cream. I'm sorry, my bad. I had a moment, but
no cream.
But yeah, so hopefully she's chiming in soon. I don't have her on.
But in the meantime, we can go ahead and get Mr. Max mental health minute.
Absolutely.
So my mental health minute, the combination with us, I think you're talking about three people that probably spend a large amount of time in the church house. It is one of my favorites. Faith without work is dead. And I think a lot of times we forget that, and we had to continue to reiterate that. You must have faith, yes, in yourself and also in a greater being that created you. But faith without the work is dead. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the plan. And as the sky's not going to open, there's no golden and white chariot with flying horses coming to save us. We have to know that our Creator has given us and continue to give us ways to help solve our problems. But one of our main asset and resources outside of the thinking capacity is people. We must find and network with like-minded folks and find people that help balance us, that provide something that we don't have, that don't offer, to help bring our vision into a reality. So I will continue to say, faith without work is dead. You must put in the work. You have to continue to do the work and continue to have a faith. For those two things come together will equal the success that you are seeking. So that's my mental health minute. And dead T.I. is.
I had to give you boy some horns on that one.
Bruh, faith without works.
Hey.
I'm wearing my DJ George Chuck. I got it made special. I felt like I need to put on the Black Panther with the Black Panther today. Yeah. The Black Panther with the Black Panther.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is my follow-up to Mr. Max Mental Health Minute. And we've got our esteemed guest coming in. But this was the first time I ever heard my dad cuss in my life. and we was on not on the job site, we were coming onto the job site. And my dad is rolling up in a all-white Chevrolet 3500 diesel, the dually. And he got out. My dad, matter of fact, I have to find the type of hat because I'm gonna at least have one. There's a specific type of hat that he would wear, and it was not a ball cap. It was not a fedora or anything with a brim. It was like this hat that kind of wrapped around your head and had a little bit of brim, but it flipped up and it kind of came right around here.
Like Gomer Pyle.
It might be something like a Gomer Pyle. So, but that I went off on a tangent with that. But this is, my dad, he walking and he had a particular walk when he was about to say something. And my daddy said, I need to see assholes and elbows. Because if I see your mouth, that means you ain't working. Look, if I see your butt in the air and your elbows working, that means, look, we getting some work done. And that faith and work, you put it together. When you believe that you can get the job done and you got your hands to the plow or your hand on the hammer or the skill saw or the shovel, the backhoe, whatever, when your hands moving, you really got something going on, especially when you believe that you are walking in the path that God put you on. I know it might be, a little crass to say, assholes and elbows, but I like that.
But I mean, ass is in the Bible. It's a donkey. Look, I mean, but I want to say this really quick.
Yeah.
Assholes and elbows, faith without works, faith and works to make it happen. And what was just given to me was, I've always said this about myself. You have to be your biggest fan and celebrate on your own, right? In order for everyone else to celebrate you. So if you're your biggest fan while having faith and doing the work, everyone else see your zeal and they see your passion, and that's where the support comes in, because it's going to be there. But if you have faith in what you're producing and you have work what you're trying to produce, then it becomes out to be a half-ass product, and don't nobody want that.
So we had another celebrity on the show, and when I was helping the Keither on the Revive Mississippi show on 90.1, we made our theme song the song that Alvin Garrett created, in which we say, go on by yourself, right? So, because sometimes you got to go on by yourself. You can't wait on people. You can't wait on family. If something that you need to do and it's been spoken into existence, you have to sometimes go on by yourself.
Hashtag go on by yourself.
Yep.
It's 3 in
And
the
hopefully
comments.
they'll catch up with you.
Look,
Lord.
what's up, El Cherie?
Elstery Dean.
Look, so going on by yourself, which means that's a great way to segue to bringing our guest, Kiki from Cora's Girls Coffee.
Yeah.
Like bringing her in. We got the coffee time. Ooh, coffee time. Come on. So yes.
All right. Let me see if I can get my pen. Let me write that one down.
So yeah, so it's that. Let's get that fire product in. Kiki, you there?
Where she at? There she is.
Hey, girl.
Don't mind my location because I am in the process of moving, so my house is like a whole mess. So
Well, you got one good. No,
I got a cute little wall.
Yeah.
I can show y'all everything else, but the wall works, right?
Hey man,
Yeah. I mean, you're here.
All right.
So if you got too much stuff at your house and you get rid of it, and any box with coffee in it, you can send it to us. We got you.
I have a lot of unroasted coffee, so we roast on demand here at Cora's Girls Coffee. So what you need will be fresh.
RO.
Hey, look, so tell us about it.
Okay, so Cora's Girls Coffee is derived from me and my sister. My name is actually Kiara, but everybody calls me Kiki. And my sister's name is Mia. Cora's Girls Coffee is named after our mother, who passed away in June of 2021. So it's just past her year mark of transitioning. And one day, me and my sister were just chatting it up about like some ideas that we had about trying to start a new business, and we kind of like flew around some ideas of, well, maybe we'll start like a t-shirt line, and it's like, no, it's been done, and is that really something that we want to do? We've had some ideas like making candles and incense and resining things, and I mean, some of the ideas were just like kind of getting off the wall. I've actually been a barista since I was 17. I'm 33 now. But that's like my main trade.
Very nice.
So one day my sister FaceTimed me and she was like, "You should roast coffee." And I was like, "Absolutely not." There's so many elements to roasting, and I've seen so many different levels of it. I've seen roasters catch on fire. I've seen things get caught in roasters. I've seen people break hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment. So it's just like,
wow.
In the beginning, I was very apprehensive about teaching myself because I'm self-taught. So she called me a couple of days later. She's like, "I bought a roaster."
Come on,
like,
sis.
What? Why? But okay. She was like, "I bought a roaster and then we'll start with a few pounds of coffee. Just let me know how much you need."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I don't know what you want me to do, but I'll see what I can do." So I think it was, well, I know it is her push of just going with it, seeing what we're going to do with it and making it happen that encouraged me to start roasting. So from there, we started Cora's Girls Coffee.
So, Kiki, let me ask you this: Has Mia always been that person for you? Like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Mia is my push.
Yeah.
You know how I always tell people when I talk about my sister, God know I needed her. God, I would not be who I am today if I didn't have my sister. God knew I needed her. God gave me a sister for a reason, and He gave me exactly what I needed. So Mia is definitely the person that has encouraged me and pushed me to do things that I never thought I'd be able to do. So
sound like that's your biggest fan who already saw the vision of what you were capable of doing. And here today we have Cora's Girl Coffee that's blazing. Because let me tell you, I got fussed at earlier. So Kiki, I gotta come pick up 2 bags for these 2.
Listen,
because
I have this roaster sitting right next to me now. I can fire this sucker up real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, don't tempt us.
What's up?
With no coffee.
I'm gonna come and pick them
Don't
up
tempt me with a good
tomorrow. So
time.
I think y'all need to have the melpomene
Okay.
roast. Like the melpomene is like that's my shiitake mushroom because it's that light of medium roast and it gives you that nice little kick you need. Because I told her Saturday, Kiki, no, what's my normal drink?
Grand Rising, everyone. I love when Tanya comes in because she just brightens everybody's spirit.
You just gave
So
her
she
a
comes
praise.
in. Y'all know how she is. So she comes. I've been knowing her since I was 19, maybe when I was at
Yeah.
CC's. So you just know when her presence is there because it's like, all right, Tanya here. She jamming to the music and she's saying good morning to anybody. And if you left your wallet in your car, yeah, girl, I got you. Don't worry about it. So her presence is always there. So
Yeah.
every time I hear her voice, or feel her presence coming in, I knew they just immediately start making her coffee. And she always gets a large. Well, she gets a medium. She likes it in a large cup. And she gets a black eye, which is 2 shots of espresso and some peppermint in her coffee.
Yep, that's her.
So
Man, you be off the chain. 2 shots of espresso.
But here's
You
the
don't
thing. I didn't need it. I took a sip and she know I tagged her on. I took a sip this week of her coffee. I didn't even need espresso. I made my own peppermint syrup. I was in here jamming, like going in. And look, shout out to the people in the comment section. El Cherie, Lo said he's helping out. He said, how does it brew in a French press?
Good question.
it brews what? So this is the thing about coffee, and I think, especially within like the Black community, the thing is, it's different methods of how you like your coffee, and I think my main goal with Cora's Girl is to give everybody something that they could like and the brew methods that they enjoy. Coffee does not supposed to have rules to it. It's not supposed to be something that somebody else enjoys. It's supposed to be something that you want. So I call them the coffee snobs of the world. Like I've been into coffee shops where it's just like, oh my God, I gotta know what I want. Oh, you can't put syrup in this because it's specialty coffee. Oh my goodness, I have to get espresso because whoa, can't put sugar in this. But it's not that. If it's what you want, then do what makes you happy.
So that sounds like a t-shirt.
Anybody.
Coffee shouldn't have rules.
Coffee should not have rules.
But shout out to El Cherie. El Cherie said when you brought them, and I'm so sorry to jump in, but she said when you brought up the candles, you should do a coffee scented candle. She said that would be dope.
I have been thinking about that idea, but the only thing is you really have to think about how many people will actually buy this. That's why we just recently dropped these t-shirts and it was only for pre-order because I was like, how many people are actually going to buy this? Like, I think it's cool, but is the world going to accept this?
I think you ought to start with little small tin cans. When they buy the bag, start with a small tin can of a candle and throw a little peppermint in one of them, that coffee peppermint
scent. You need the coffee peppermint together?
And you call it the black eye candle.
Black eye candle.
Yeah.
Inspired by Tanya Boy Cannon.
Yeah. So you've got multiple brands supporting it. So Tanya, she gonna put that juice on it.
All day.
Yeah.
Get the black eye, black eye, black eye, black eye.
You know what I love about you? See these impromptu songs just from a couple of words that you hear?
That's it.
That's some talent on
musical improv
that people don't even understand.
That's some Tanya-isms. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that? Y'all dropped that plug.
The Tanya-ism.
That should be on the t-shirt.
They're
so
tones.
She said, so El Cherie says I would because I don't drink coffee, but addicted to the scent. And there are a lot of people that are addicted to the scent of coffee, but they don't drink it. So I think that's something you ought to, to my you ought to name it like coffee scent addicts or something like that. Like be specific. I think that's the thing when people are branding, they try to overbrand or they look for a way to go around what the message really is. Like your t-shirt that said Black Girls Roast. You know what I'm saying? Like your t-shirt black, like that's simple.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it conveys.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah. So back to like the brewing method. So she mentioned the French press. It's just a different way of brewing your coffee. It's so many mechanisms that you can use to brew your coffee. So for instance, the French press is this. It's basically a glass kettle. You grind the beans to for a French press, and then you put your desired amount of coffee in the bottom of a French press. You can either do a cold French press, which is what I like to do with the Milton medium roast, or you can do a hot French press for like in the morning. So you put your desired amount of coffee in, you let it brew. There's this thing called a plunge at the top. So you put the lid on, you press the plunge down, and it separates the grind from the hot water or the cold water. So what a lot of people like to do, like me, is I grind it for iced coffee. So I grind my coffee for iced coffee, put my desired amount in, let it soak in those beans when I'm in the situation that I am with moving. I'll do it for about 16 hours and then I plunge it in the morning and it makes a coffee concentrate. So you can cut that with milk. You can drink it black the way it is. You can put cream or sugar in it, whatever you want to do. If you feel like putting in pancake batter, that's your prerogative. Make coffee pancakes if you feel like it. But whatever you get, however you want your coffee to be, you can definitely create it to that.
So look, you got some questions or an additional question or follow up. Does Cora's Girls Coffee have a subscription club?
We do not have a subscription club. People have asked about subscriptions, but the only issue that we're facing with the subscription is it's not enough volume for us yet. So it's not beneficial to us to start a subscription program.
So
But
let me ask a follow up question. What would be enough volume?
I need a consistent amount of business every week to start a subscription.
So,
Then I can expand it to, then we'll be able to expand it to adding in different regions of roast, and we wouldn't have to, we wouldn't be forced, I guess forced is a bad word. We wouldn't be obligated to just sell what products we have now. Then we can take roast out, add roast in. I can like play around with some blends, but my sister thought it was a great idea, and I was thinking about that too. So she came up with this idea that we are going to start 4-ounce bags versus the 12-ounce bags.
come on.
So what the idea of the 4-ounce bags is, you can grab a 4-ounce bag and say, "Hey, I'm traveling to Houston for the weekend, so I can grab my 4-ounce bag of Cora Girls coffee rather than packing away a 12-ounce bag of coffee." Or, "Hey, my grandmother loves coffee, but I'm not sure which one she would like. How about I grab 3 bags of the different roasts that we have, right? And then she can try which one she likes, and then she can consistently order what she likes, or she can try all 3 at any time that she wants instead of being committed to a 12-ounce bag."
Yeah, that's a great idea, and I think you got a couple people from over here in the SIP that would definitely like to sip on.
Hey,
Some Cora Girls
I did
coffee.
there.
That's her tag. She's like, "How was your first sip?" Like that's how she asked the question. "How was your first sip?" And I'm like, "Sip, Mississippi, sip, M."
You know,
Yeah,
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I like to ask people how their first sips was, because I feel like brewing is an experience no matter how you brewing, no matter what you add to your coffee or the method of brewing. I feel like it's it's an experience. I like hearing my grinder in the morning. I like smelling my coffee. I like hearing the kettle go off for the boil of my water. I love a pour. I love a filter. It's just all the moment that I need in the morning. So,
therapeutic.
let me ask you this question.
mhm.
What is the vibe or what's the playlist for Cora's Girl Coffee? Like when you walk in and it's the morning grind or whatever, what's the playlist?
Okay, so me and my sister are a little different,
Yeah.
and I will give you an example. We can be Uncle Luke or India Ari, if you know
I
what
ain't
I
mad
mean.
at damn part of it.
I
I
love
want to know
it.
where you are in the morning. Like I was real baby gangster this morning because of where I am with this move, and it's just like my sister's 50th birthday is actually coming up. I
Nice.
took the reins of um organizing everything for that. So I'm just like, all right, we're about to hit this muffin medium roast. I put on I have Alexa turn on, and um it was like that Lotto song with Trina in it.
Okay.
I don't know if I can use that words, but she
Oh,
it's real
we're
gangster.
It's
Um
that 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 energy.
B from the South. I was like, okay, I'm in here jamming out because that's what I needed this morning. I was like, I have
Did you
to
sell any
go
dope on the way to
here.
work?
I was on my way to run errands.
Okay.
So
Did you move any weight on your way to run errands? Because I mean, I know you did the Uncle Luke and you got the Lotto and Trina, but for me, I have to have at some point in my morning commute back to the office, I have to dropping the boys out. Somebody got to sell some dope.
So are you
Yeah.
dropping bags as you
oh
as you
I
move?
so
I did it.
today that's funny. So today I had to go to Ashna to do blood work because I'm also a transplant patient. I just got a kidney December 9th of last
Praise
year.
God.
Yes,
Praise
God
God.
is good all the time.
Hell yeah.
I was telling the story today. I was like, I don't know what I get to get on the God's favorite list, but I'm glad I'm there.
All right.
Hey,
Come on.
So
great.
today I did blood work, and I always think about after I do a roast. So sometimes I just roast a couple of extra bags, just in case you never know. I walk around with my business card. I walk around with my scrub reader and a bag of coffee. Why not?
Yeah.
Um, so I'm in the hospital today with one of the young ladies that does my blood work every month. Her
Yeah.
name is Sam. And she was like, it smells like coffee in here. I was like, funny you should mention that because I'm the one with the coffee.
I'm the coffee
So
pusher.
I was telling her about the different roasts that we had, telling like the levels of caffeine, telling her about some of the flavor notes. And she was like, okay, I'll buy a bag. So I gave her a bag and I plugged my square reader in my phone and swiped that card and
Yeah.
here we go. So my sister texted me. She was like, did you sell a bag of coffee? I was like, yeah. She was like, where are you? I was like, I'm at Ashna getting blood work. But, somebody wanted coffee and I had some. So
So
I
what
just
were you listening to
always,
while you were driving out there? That's what I want to know.
Do that
What
dope.
were you listening to? What would that do? Got to move
who was
that.
I
Got to.
listening to this morning?
It got to be some. Listen. It got to have to be some UGK Project Pat.
Kendrick
I was listening
Lamar.
to first I started listening to Dom Kennedy. Then I switched my station
No.
over to Absol. And I love
All right.
Absol.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Like Don
that's what
Kennedy.
I was listening to this morning.
So
I love Dom.
you were saying like you love I peeped because we have another guest coming in a little bit. I peeped how you said you get up, you love the way your coffee smell, you love to hear the kettle, you love to hear the grinding of the coffee beans. You said it just does something to you, and I know right before Chuck had asked a question about what you listen to, the first thing I thought was therapeutic, right? So our theme today is coffee therapy and
Mm-hmm.
how what makes you get up and continue to go? Like, what is your goal? What is your push? We know your sister's there. We
Mm-hmm.
what makes you continue this mission of the vision? Because initially it was your sister's vision, but now you see it right for
Mm-hmm.
yourself. What is that goal? So and I'm
Um,
asking that for those who are on here who may be scared. Well, not I wouldn't say scared, but don't want to put comments in or anything like that. But that business owner, that's potential business owner that's live, how speak to them? Like, what's your goal, and speak to them to encourage them.
so we are still with just under a year of business. Our actual year of business will be August 21st. I've mentioned to my sister many times how it's just like, oh, we going week after week without an order. And it's just like, it makes you question, do you still keep going? Do people really like this? Are people saying, I like this and they actually don't? It just makes you put everything in a question. But when I start roasting, I am in my happy space.
Mm.
It just makes me feel good. It's something about producing something that you love so much and giving it to someone, and they saying that was great, I loved it, just makes me keep going.
Yeah.
If I sell a bag a week, it's just enough motivation for me to keep me going and to figure out how I can make this work and how I can make one bag a week go from one bag to week to 1,000 bags a week. So
Mm.
it just makes me want to keep going. I just want to keep going. So
So,
I
so
love
how
it.
much is a 12-ounce bag?
okay, so depending on what you get is um how the prices are based. So the cheapest bag we have right now is 14 and the most expensive is 16, which I also will mention is I think at this point we are one of the most affordable coffees in the city at the moment.
Mm.
Because I've seen some prices
Hmm.
and I want to make this let me stop saying it. This is going to be my career
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm going to retire on. So I feel like we should make a good quality product and something that people can afford. Just like I said earlier, I don't want to leave anybody left out. Um, so our price points are based on what we have and what you're gonna get. So
So
they're
let me
between 14 and 16.
just encourage you. We're gonna stop saying cheapest. We're gonna say our products start at, right. We're gonna
Hmm.
start at 14 because we don't want to. I want to encourage you as an entrepreneur as well. We're not going to use certain words that will be deemed to look at us in a different on a
Mm,
different level, right? So we're going to say
yes.
our product started this, and it's amazing that I thought of that because El Cherie came in, and she's an amazing PR, um, a social media global awareness influencer who's on
Yeah.
here. And she said, how are you marketing your coffee, or in what ways are you building awareness? Which was going to be my second question. How can we continue to support you with your product?
Yeah.
Buying it. Asking questions. I think that's very, very important. Uh, Specialty coffee in its light has been seen as very intimidating, and it's not as intimidating as a lot of people seem like it is. A lot of people approach me and say, hey, I like coffee, but I really don't know much about it. And they don't really want to be open to asking questions. I'm here to ask any questions that you have, answer any questions that you have. We are willing to, you can send us a DM, send us an email. We have a phone number on the website. We have a phone number that's listed on our Facebook page, our Instagram page. We are willing to listen to any questions that you have. And to the best of my knowledge, I will answer them. I've been doing this for a very long time. So I have a very good realm of understanding of what brew methods are, flavor notes are, what you're trying to achieve, things that people may like and dislike. I can always go in a direction if you give me at least a base. So if you say, hey, I like going to this place and getting this, then I can suggest a coffee that you get that can
Hmm.
help you achieve those flavors.
Man, that's
Um,
So yeah,
so
so where can people find you? What's your social media handles?
all right, so we are listed on Facebook as Cora's Girls Coffee. You can also find us on Instagram at Cora's Girls Coffee underscore NOLA, CORASGIRLS COFFEE underscore NOLA. You can go to coralsgirlscoffee.com and place your orders there. You can also go there and place orders. And if you're local, you can shoot us an email and say, hey, can I pick up? And we will refund your shipping. And then you can pick up the coffee at a location. And I'll give you the location. Or my sister will give you the location.
So it sounds like we need to have Cora's Girl at Mississippi Greek Weekend 2023.
Oh yeah, we
Mississippi
gotta have
Greatest
like
Weekend.
yeah,
Oh, I'm here.
yeah. We're gonna
We
Yeah.
have to.
here.
Now I have one question.
Mhm.
Based on the flavors, what pairs better with what alcohol?
Okay, so I just had this. So I got the phone call that I was approved for the place that I'm going to sign for Friday,
Mm.
and my best friend was saying, "Oh, we can have cocktails on your porch." So I started trying to make a um, an espresso martini. So I ground some throw me something sister that I had that I roasted, and I made an espresso martini. And it was really, really good. I didn't think it would be as good as it is, but it's basically you make a coffee syrup and that you add to your alcohol and add whatever to it that you want.
Mm.
So I can make a like an Irish coffee at home from scratch. I've made um I've made a the espresso martini earlier this week. It just depends on how you testing it. I just did it with one specific coffee. I haven't tried all of them yet, and it
Mm.
worked out pretty well. So now we can get into the world of exploring
Try something with
with
whiskey.
alcohol. With
Try something
whiskey?
with yeah, with Jack Daniels. Some
Okay,
whiskey.
that sounds interesting. Maybe
Hey.
a honey Jack Daniels and a coffee.
Mm.
That sounds good.
Yep. Yep. I was thinking about that.
Cora's,
Yeah.
what is it? Cora's Corner.
Yeah, course corner
Mm.
cup. That's our favorite.
Well, we don't want you to leave. You can still hang out. I think she can hang out with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. I didn't know if
Okay.
like we had an allotment, but we want to bring in our second guest because it's amazing how you talked about your therapy and this brother. I love how my frat brother. I had to throw that in there. Blue Phi, Z Phi, um, fix your face, Chuck, and the Omegas are always encouraging me. Uh,
Oh, well, my sister's a Delta, so
see,
they
see,
have that.
look at
Hmm.
that.
And
This
the
brother.
McCray, the McCray, the McCray, new McCray.
Right, great. This brother has been very instrumental in my growth. The short time that we've had a chance to talk, he's not just my therapist, but he's my family's therapist as well. So my kids, my husband, all are we all are blessed to learn from him and just gain awareness of who we are through his skills and techniques. Um, so yes, I want to go ahead and bring him in. He just finished his Chop It Up series that he does on Tuesday. Y'all go ahead and give it up for Dr. Deven Bennett. Come on in the room.
Hey,
Oh, there he is. What's up, Doc?
What's up?
Come
What's up? What's up?
on in
Yeah,
the room.
I was like, hold up. As you were talking, it was like, okay, it just stopped. Uh, yeah, I'm like,
And
okay.
he's a man of God. He's a pastor and a bishop in his own way. Because let me tell y'all something. This brother has an anointing that is, and we talked about visions earlier, right? And you talked about it, Mac, where you said faith and works. If they're
Mhm.
not there, the vision and your gift, it just,
yeah.
what's the purpose of even trying to do it? Well, this brother takes the faith, the works, the skills, the anointing, and divine and spirits,
Got a
and
two.
he helps to heal you, right? So, and I'm telling y'all, look, we had a session this past weekend. He said, "Meet me here." I'm standing there in the room, in the vicinity, and all I could do is just cry.
Mm.
Right? He coming back in. Come on back in, Doc. All right, come on, get these flowers. Get these flowers. I don't know what's going on,
I don't know
but
what's
get
going
these
on,
flowers.
but I appreciate that.
But yeah, he brought me. In other words, he has a sense of grounding to make you be mindful of who you are. So I'm gonna stop talking. Dr. Bennett, go ahead on. If y'all have talk about this Chop It Up series. You just finished up your Chop It Up, your men
Yep.
series. You can start leading with that and just more information from there.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
See me?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, I'm really excited about that. I'm still on a cloud nine. Matter of fact, I don't even giving it a number. I'm just on a high, just chopping it up with men on tonight. I just finished up the session. I'm like, listen, I got to run upstairs to do coffee therapy.
What happened?
Tell you, the
Everybody's
internet,
All right.
the
Okay, wait.
internet devil. They don't want to let us win tonight. I'm telling you, technology
Oh,
don't want to let us win tonight. Come on now.
I
there
don't
he
know what's
is.
going. I
Absolutely.
don't know what's going on, but we're gonna get this together.
He
Yeah.
Come
back.
on now. Come on now.
I am in. So I'm in this. We're in this new building that a new facility where we decided to come, and so I'm just like using one of the offices here in this building. So I am not familiar with all of their technology. So we winging it. I'm winging it right now. But as I was saying, I'm gonna keep it short about the chop it up. Chop it up is real men, real conversation, real growth. And the premise is allowing men to have a space where they can come in and feel safe and vulnerable and talk about
And
Not today, devil.
I
Come on
like
now.
the way he was going with, because it's right
Yeah.
in line with
Yep.
how we introduce nightcap knowledge.
And, and,
Yes.
Yeah,
and man talk. And man
Yes.
talk.
Amen.
yeah,
I'm here.
There we are. So you said real men, real conversation, real growth.
for growth.
Real
Yeah,
growth. And so, this is a space where we bring I bring in men to, find a safe space and to have real conversation and feel vulnerable. Because, if we're going to be honest about it, as men, and particularly Black men, we was not taught how to express our feelings or place them somewhere. And
yeah,
so one of the analogies we used tonight was, we just place it under the rug.
bro. Hey, we gonna bring Dr. Bennett back like next week, because as soon as he gets a groove going, uh whatever building that he's in is kicking him out. So
Hey,
It's keep kicking me out.
yeah,
I'm about to see if I can switch this to something they have here, because this is killing us and killing the vibe.
so
Let me-
while you working on that, are you on a phone or are you on a
No,
laptop?
I'm on a laptop. I'm on a
Okay.
laptop.
All right. Yeah.
I'm about to see if I can use this desktop that is here to because I'm the desktop. I'm on a laptop connected to their Wi-Fi, and I am having problems.
And he's gone again.
I think he's trying to switch over. Yeah, I think he's trying to switch over.
Kiki.
I'm still here.
There you go.
Okay,
See
all
ya.
right.
You're moving ahead.
I thought she was frozen.
Bob your
not.
head. Bob your
I'm just
head if you're
listening,
with me.
listening with
So what?
intent.
As I had a question.
Mhm.
I saw a video a while ago. While we're trying to get Dr. Bennett back. The video was about the origins of coffee and the origins of coffee being in Ethiopia.
Mhm.
I wasn't able. I forgot to like save it in like a tab. But I just wanted to ask a question, with you having all these years of coffee, do you have any insight or further information that we might be able to go and seek and find out? Or what do you know?
So I do know that particularly the Ethiopian bean is very, very special because it does not taste like any other bean that you will ever meet. There are growing methods in Ethiopia that I'm not specifically extremely keen on. I'm not keen, extremely knowledgeable on, but with whatever type of tending to the land that they do, it gives coffee a very fruity note to it.
Huh.
So, it's basically what I like to call it is the teaching of a brain with coffee. You have to learn how to understand flavor notes versus immediately reactions what you taste with coffee. It's just like wine.
Yeah. And whiskey.
And whiskey and
neck
vodkas
bone.
and neck bones and different fruits and vegetables. You can just like a variety of apples. You can have 6 different apples and it tastes like 6 different things.
Yeah.
So in particular with the bean that is derived from Ethiopia, it gives off a very fruity and floral note to it, which I particularly enjoy because I like the variety of coffee.
Yeah.
Do you have some of that? I want some of that.
Ethiopian bean we do. It's called the Holly Grove Hideout.
17.
That's what I want.
17.
That's what I want. That's what I
Holly
want.
Grove is in the hideout. Go Holly Grove, copy. Go Holly Grove.
That's what I want.
I'm sorry,
I want some of that.
Y'all behave. We gotta behave.
All right. Excuse me. All right, with me.
I need some of that in my cup.
See, there we go.
I got you covered.
There we go.
Hey, that boy in HD now. That boy got 1080p
Clean.
over there.
8K.
You know, listen. You know, thank you. I'm glad we got this rectified.
Hey,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You did your due
Manifesting a
diligence,
great continued session. That's all.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you wanted me to continue on what I was
Okay.
saying.
Yeah.
So, but thank you, sister at the top, the beautiful sister who is providing us with another her own flavor of coffee. I'm with it. I'm with it. That's all I'm gonna say. I just need my cup. I need my bag. You know,
I got you.
hopefully everybody go get their bag. We go from there. So, but at the end of the day, chop it up. We had an amazing one tonight where real men, real conversation, real growth. And the premise is men coming together, finding a safe space to feel vulnerable about, and just talking as men. We do not have that, and we need it. You know, we have stuff like men not supposed to cry, or you acting like a girl. There's so many different stereotypes and the wrong examples that has been passed down for generations. And honestly, I am here with my talents and gifts trying to break all of that. And I want to see men, not just men, but everyone, every human being. But you know, I'm focusing on the men right now. I want to see them walk in their greatness. And so that's what it's about.
So how long have you been, what made you want to share, like I know from our conversations, but share like what made you want to walk into this field, walk into this lane, into this journey of healing? If you don't mind, just like I guess just sharing a bit of experiences for yourself and what has brought you to this space. Because again, we talk about the real issues, real conversation, and real healing, real growth. I feel, and we Chuck and our professor of mental awareness, like I told you, Mac is always on us about, hey, how are you doing mentally? What's going on? And we call him, he has his Mac-isms. So what was that one thing that clicked? What was the push for you that made you say, this is what I need to do, and this is what I'm going to do?
So I had to be honest and truthful with myself. I had to realize that I'm a servant, I'm a connector, and I am a helper. I didn't say healer because I reserved that for you, and you know, working on that. I can help you heal, but I can't heal you. And you know, if you believe in God, that's your thing too. That's between you and God, or your God, the healing part. But I'm a helper, I'm a connector, and I'm a servant. And so I really had to own that. Throughout my life, I knew that I was that dude, right? And I remember years ago when I was playing ball and biddy ball, used to do traveling teams, and I used to have some people that actually are well known in the rap industry now, doing really well. We would sit down and they would tell me how they feel and their problems. And this is, I'm 12, 13 years old, and I'm going through processes with them at that age. And so throughout seasons in my life, stages in my life, what I was dealing with in relationships, there was always something that I was able to share, or I started to understand that it was like beyond my years, and I knew it wasn't of me, that it was of God or higher power. And so I started to realize that I had to take accountability for the talents and gifts that He had put inside of me, and making sure that I do my part to impact the world the way He created me to. And so that's a small window of things or examples of things, but those are some of the things that allow me to step in the road that I'm in now to, help people walk in their greatness and understand and figure out what it is that they're on this earth to do. Because I believe that we are all have purpose, and we are all created to impact the world the way we're supposed to. But a lot of us are stuck behind some things like trauma and experience in life where we don't even know how to get there. And so the reality is that there are people in this world that can help you get there if you choose to. And so I believe that I'm one of those individuals who is there, who is willing to help, God's people, the species that He created, find purpose and impact the world the way we're supposed to. Because listen, real talk. If we all walk in purpose and impact the world the way we're supposed to, man, this world would be different.
Yes.
I promise you, it would be different. And so we have to get there. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be easy. But there are other brothers and sisters that are on the front lines doing the work. I commend them for it, and we have to continue.
Yeah. And that's dope. Go ahead, Mac.
So Doc, I'm definitely, like me and Chuck are amen. I sharing with you because we definitely understand what you're saying. That something is drawing you to it. I tell anybody it has to be the creator for us to work with people, not just our people, but people.
Yeah.
People, because sometimes, and my wife said, people be peopling. Yeah, they be peopling, and they make you like you just have to, remember who raised you.
Yeah.
But I hear you talking, and I hear the genuineness and the servitude, and understanding the capacity and why you are here. Tell us about, like, how does this work? For your sessions, how do people contact you? What do you specialize in? Those type of things. Like, you definitely, you're the type of person I would want to connect someone to and say, hey, I need somebody. I got somebody for you. Because that's what we do a lot of, is connecting folks.
Yep.
And I always trying to be in my Rolodex.
No, and honestly, and that's how that's how it happens. Is normally through referrals, that I am connected to others of work that I've done with them, and that's normally how that works, because they see the value in what I do for them, and that's how they say, you know what, I know this brother, I know this sister that needs this or need that, and normally that's how it happens. And so, because again, there is peculiar people that you're connected to that need some peculiar help that they can't go to everybody. And
Right.
So what happens is that the energy that I send out, it returns. And so most of the people that I am having sessions with are individuals who are in that lane that I service. And so who are peculiar and who may not want to share with everyone, or may feel that everyone can't handle their level of gifts and talents. And here I am.
Yeah, I mean, the unorthodox therapy. We talk about how, hey, I'm going to see a therapist. I'm gonna lay on the couch, right? We always talk about that, lay on the couch. I appreciate the non-traditional ways of meet me here.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll pop up and we'll meet somewhere. Because our first session, Doc met me at a space that I like, right? The second session, we talked on the phone. Third session, we talked on the phone. Next session, he was like, meet me here. And what was so divine, the space that I met him at was somewhere that I truly love to go, just to not only to gather myself, but to pay homage, right? For the women, right? Not just women, but we have this taboo of, getting therapy. If you go to a therapist, something wrong with you, or
Oh
if you
yeah.
seek the
You need to
help,
give it to
you know
God.
give it to
Mm-hmm.
God. And because of you being able to be connected spiritually, as well as understanding God, and God put people and places and things and signs and wonders
Mm-hmm.
in different spaces, what is a way of encouraging someone, because someone may be in the comments, or even us on here hosting, may have been scared to say, I need to come and see you. Like, how do we, or what is your approach to reaching that person? Like, how would you encourage them, not just to, not saying they have to reach out to you, but to anyone? Like, what's that general statement or comment or words of comfort you would give?
That's a great question, because honestly, that is the thing I would say. You have to, in some regards, be broken enough to be honest with yourself. And so when that happens, it may not be me. I may be that connector that may connect you to someone else that may service you. But, I believe in people who really want help has to make the choice to believe that there's something they need help with. And so when that happens, we can have the conversation about, where you need to go to get help if it's not with me, right? Because I'm about servicing everybody, and if it ain't me, you go to this one or that one. And one of the other things I want to add to what you were saying before, we have to add practicality to the Word of God. See, we won't have just Word of God, but we don't have the traditionalism of the church want to say, hey, there's no practicality, and you can just pray it all away. Well, guess what? You can't.
Mm.
And so we have to be real about telling our people that there needs to be some tangible and practical exercises that needs to happen for healing and growth. And the first one is honesty. And if we can't be honest about, about where we need to go and what we need done, then we are not going anywhere. And just to kind of share with what Tanya was saying, while there is a practicality of what I do, there's a spiritual side as well. Because if I be honest about it, one of our last sessions, spiritually, I was led to bring her to this space, not knowing all of the impact that space had on her. So when we got to that space and she was in this space and we were in a particular point, I was able to show her the practical understanding of how this space is her, and how the things that she may do or the energies that she may put out pertains to this particular space. And that's one of the unorthodox ways that I counsel, because I believe that you got to have, the spiritual side, but also the practical side. And I tie it together to bring it to her. And so that may be different for Chuck. That may be different for the other brother. That may be different for the sisters that selling coffee. But, when I connect with you and you share and we have these conversations, then I am led to bring you to a place of your illumination and understanding and journey of healing.
And sum it all up, Faith without work is dead.
There you go.
That part. We
Yeah.
we had some people on here that Parks TV Live said you have to be true to yourself. Alina jumped in. Shout out, she's an amazing artist, uh, visualist. Like this sister is talented. She said divine intervention, and I feel like this is more of what we need to take place. Like, if not each month, we need to have you on, Doc. I mean, between you and Mac, I feel like the bouncing back of energies, powers, quotes, and awareness is essential. We don't get enough of this, right? Because God, really quick, Doc, tell them about your Chop It Up Tuesdays, where, and then for those, is it a possibility for anyone to tune in on a virtual call or to be in the room, or are you planning to take this on the road? If you're going to be in Mississippi with it, look, you need to come on the coast, Mississippi Greek weekend, and look, chop it up with us. Yeah.
So it's in person right now. Okay. I want it to grow to have people to come in, brothers to come in and log in. We are getting to that point. Yes, it's going to eventually be on the road, but there's something that I say in the tagline: real men, real conversation, real growth. And I told them this tonight: I am not here for anyone not to grow. I'm gonna sow the seed, but you're gonna have to do the work. And if you don't want to grow, guess what? You can walk out the door, because we don't have time in this day and age for us not to be at the forefront of our households, our communities, and our world.
That's right.
And we have to do the healing, and we have to do the growing. And if we don't do it, guess what? There's going to be another generation that don't see the examples that they need to see, so they can at least have the opportunity and options to say, hey, this is where I want to go, or this is where I want to go. We have to do this. So to answer your question, right now is in person. It is at the AP NOLA room on 1313 Esplanade Street. It's every other Tuesday, so not the next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. Gotcha. And also it is anybody. It don't matter your religion. It don't matter what you believe. We chopping it up. Say, okay, well, he's a minister. Listen, bring your mouth. Bring it all.
Whole self.
Bring all of that. Bring it all, because if we can't be real, if we can't be real, then what can we be?
Look,
right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Bring your broken self in order to learn your whole self.
There we go.
There you go. There you go. That Tanyaism.
Yeah, there we go.
TBC. Money.
Oh,
That sounds like money.
What? Man, that thing.
Sound like money.
Bring your broken self
Well,
to know your whole self.
Tell it like a TI is.
So ultimately is going to grow, organically grow in those spaces. But I want to make sure men have a safe space where they can feel vulnerable, be vulnerable, and have real conversation. Because as men, we don't want to show our emotions. We don't want to put that on Front Street. But we have to do it. We need to have these conversations. And so one of the things that we did tonight, and we were talking about where do men put their hurt and their pain? Where do they put that? Where does it go? And so we started to name some things, some healthy ways to deal with our hurt and our pain. And we wrote a list down on the board. And I said, listen, these are on the board, but take a picture of it. Put it in your notebook, because these are fundamental and foundational things that you need to take when you're in that situation. Because if you have nothing in you to draw from, or you don't deposit nothing in you, then what are you going to draw from? And that's the challenges of a lot of us, and it's just something I say all the time. I said, when you're backed up in the corner, people revert back to who they are. And a lot of times we do not have something deposit in us to draw from when we back in those corners.
Mm-hmm.
So if we start depositing positive things and words and of affirmation and these different things inside of us, then when we have those moments and we are in these situations, we can draw from them.
The foundation.
Parker CV, amen. Look, but Courtney said practicality is key.
Yeah.
Parker CV said, I just left there. She said, our kids can't become what they can't see. And so everything you're saying, especially our Black boys and our Black girls, they have to see us being what we talk about. So we got to walk if we're going to talk about it, we got to walk that walk in order for them to be able to be that.
Here's another Devenism.
I love it.
Our example, their lives. What our example is will become their life. All of it. The stuff that they see and they don't see. Because if we're going to be honest with it, we all done made mistakes that some of the similar or same mistakes that our parents made that we did not even see.
Yeah.
We wasn't even born. And we're like, oh, wait, I didn't make this same mistake. When you finally get the conversation or have the conversation or talk to the uncle or the sibling that was there before you, or talk to someone that know them back then, you're like, hold on, I'm living the same life my parents or they made or they lived. And so when I say our example, their lives, man, be very aware that your example become their life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm interested in if you can share, what were some of the things that the brothers wrote down on the board that you asked them to take a picture of and take with them?
Yeah. Let me open this up right quick and I'll share a couple of things.
Yeah, you said that, I was like, man, I'd like to know.
Yeah. One of the things that we kind of talked about, be truthful to yourself. Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, men or women, we're not honest about where we are a lot of times internally. We ain't talking about the external. We ain't talking about just on stage. We ain't talking about on camera. We're talking about internally when you're by yourself. We a lot of times we're not truthful about that person because we are afraid to expose our true selves. Right? But if you don't expose your true self, then we can't get no true healing, right? And so that was one of the things that we talked about. Another thing that we shared was, find your place of peace or happiness for yourself, individually as men. And so a lot of times what happens is our happiness or our understanding of that peace is wrapped up in being a protector or provider, or my kids are they good, so I'm good. No. You need to be healthy and whole for yourself. You need to have that place of peace for yourself before you need to be the whole you for you before you can be the whole you for them. And so if we don't never get there or never find that place for us outside of our spouses, outside of our children, and this is both male and female, and we would never get to a point where we can be ready for the battlefield.
Hashtag selfishness is good.
Come on.
It is.
I mean, it's good for the soul.
Good for you. It's like water.
Hey. Wow. Look, we got the comments coming in, man.
I'm about to say, how many people taking notes out there? If you like what you're hearing right now, you taking notes, drop us something in the comment. Let that brother know that you are hearing what he's saying, you're appreciating, is resonating with you. Leave a comment, let him know that you're there. I see some hands in the air. Anybody else throwing some hands in the air? Who else like what they hear?
I'm loving the positivity. That's dope.
What Shay? There goes Shay.
Shay in the comments. Shay is here. Look, so Doc, how can people find you along with social media, like email, website? Where can they for for those who are just have been longing for this
Yep.
and who wants to continue to keep to have their conversation, which we all know that it is confidential. But how can they have that conversation with you starting now? Where can they reach?
I think you had it up. Just tag me, DM me, whatever it is. I'm not social media savvy, I promise you.
He's getting there. He's getting there.
Getting there. At Deven, Milton, Bennett. If you message me there, then I will reach out to you, and we will set things up moving forward. So at Deven, Milton, Bennett, you can find me there, and you can find some of the things that I put out there and share that will give inspiration and help. So I would definitely appreciate. Please reach out. It is needed in our communities, and I am here for it because whether it's a brother or a sister, we need to be walking in purpose and impacting the world the way we're supposed to. There's greatness in all of us.
Yes.
But do you know it?
Right.
Do you know that you're great?
Right.
Wow.
Understand. And so, and a lot of times we don't, because we are covered in trauma, because we think we feel all right. See, the preacher about to come out. I'm not going to do that.
Come on, Pastor.
I was about to say a delay is not a denial. See, we think that because we are not, cookie cutter or rap like this, that we can't find, or we are not great, or he didn't put purpose in us, or we are not worthy. But you are. Mm-hmm. You just have to find your lane and stay.
There it is.
And stay in it.
Yeah, that's that
consistency. On that.
10 and 2, baby.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
In the road, baby.
We all have our own lane and street. You have yours. I can't get on Tanya's street and do Tanya better than Tanya. I can't do Chuck better than him. I can't do that. So I can only focus on my lane and focus on me. And if I do me, if I ask God to help me do me, guess what? Then I'm gonna be a great me. But I can't be a great Tanya. I can't focus on what Tanya is doing and think that I'm gonna grow myself. And a lot of times that's what we do. We're trying to focus on other people instead of focusing on ourselves. So we delay or stagnate our own growth, and we never get to where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So all y'all that's out there listening, listen, go ahead. If you've been questioning it, I know this is confirmation for you. Please look. I had to learn to understand that I was needed, because if it wasn't for God's grace, I wouldn't be here, because I tried to take my life several times, and I had to learn to know who I was and who God has called me to be where I am today. And I'm still learning me. So don't think that this is something, what you get from Chuck, Mac, Kiki, Dr. Deven, like we are still learning and growing, right?
Every day.
We just want you to take the step, reach out to Doc, hit him up, go ahead and make that first initial conversation. Take the step. I encourage you. You know how they say in the church, I dare you. I'm not going to dare you, because you've been dared too much. You've been taking too many dares in your lives. We've all done them. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead, Doc.
Something. And we had this conversation, and I'll be transparent. And even when I was sitting with her, I said, I still don't feel worthy of the seat that I sit in. And so I need to speak to everybody who don't feel worthy of walking in their own lane. Even when they at times said, you got me on this one, Doc, or this is happening, I still don't feel worthy of the talents and the gifts. But I want you to know that you are. And I had to let myself know that I am.
Yeah.
And but I am choosing to stay humble in that understanding in order for me to continue the process and staying in the lane that I'm in.
Yeah.
Because that's where the blessings flow. That's where you that's where you get the energy that you give out back to you.
Yeah. I want to add something to that, Doc.
Yeah, I got something too. Go ahead, Chuck.
So Mac and I we mentioned it at the top of the show. We have a friend who just lost his son, young son, and I'm a DJ. I can say like I know that I'm a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
So our friend asked, he was like, I need sound by for the graveside ceremony. I was like, all right, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the word that I got, from God today was sometimes I'm going to redirect and reassign your talent where it's needed most, and you ain't even know that you was supposed to be doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and so you have, I said that, Doc, you have a whole toolbox of stuff. And you have these tools.
Mm-hmm.
I can see your tools being, reassigned and redirected.
Yeah.
And for me, literally yesterday, the areas that I have been focusing in, and it's coming full circle because I grew up before I started DJing, I was digging graves.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what my dad did. I Final Rest, Vaulton Monument, Patterson, Vaulton Monument. Now I'm setting up speakers, graveside, but also curating music to help people send off their loved ones in a fashion where they deem appropriate and they're able to actually celebrate that transition.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I ain't even know I was supposed to be doing this. But when you're willing to just go because it's the right thing to do, that you're walking in some. That was the happiest that I had ever been at a funeral. Now, for me, growing up in the cemetery,
mm-hmm.
I absolutely hated funerals because I lost my mom at 17, lost my daddy in 2015, and I got to the point I was like, man, I don't want to be around no cemeteries, no dead folk. And now I'm looking at all of the talents being redirected and reassigned from having folk turn up at the parties to, having people transition and celebrate and come together to honor the memories of their loved ones. So I just wanted to add that little bit right there.
Go ahead, Chuck, before I want to say something.
Go ahead, Matt.
So I had two things. One was we talked about, keep swinging, which is part of Freedom Summer tomorrow. Self-confidence, self-esteem, self-discipline. Confidence is the difference between confidence and cocky. For Black folks, you're not supposed to have confidence in yourself. Anytime you talk about what you know that you can do and what you can do well, you are taught that you need to humble yourself and not say certain things, but you got to speak it into existence. Because if you don't believe that you can do something well, then other folks are not going to believe it. So you got to have that confidence. And I can't sing. My daughter can. My grandmother used to sing this song, old gospel song, and I wish I could. She used to say, if the Lord wants somebody,
mm-hmm.
here am I, send me, I go. So when you start talking about those challenges and when they need folks, there's other gospel song that said, on the battlefield for your Lord. It's a whole lot of those old songs that had so much meaning for what we are talking about today. I just didn't get that talent, but I'm telling you, I paid attention, so I, sometimes there's not nobody but you,
right?
And you got to go, and he give you everything you need when you go out there. So that's it.
We had to let Tanya sing for us,
I agree with that. I second that.
A little note. I could carry a little note, but
look,
you could carry all the notes.
Y'all are saying that, but
the ones that that's not even ready. We don't even know about the rest of them. You're like, hold up, wait, you just did what? Okay, yeah. What I wanted to say, Mac, something that was interesting that Steve Jobs said before he passed. He said, I did all these different things. I did all these different things, and I was trying to figure out why I was doing these different things. He was talking about how, the calligraphy, he did calligraphy and all these other things. And he was like, I'm trying to figure out why I'm doing all these things. And he said, it wasn't until I looked back that I was able to connect the dots, that all of those things that I was doing in my life brought me to this point that I am now.
Yeah.
And so I hope I'm encouraging somebody. don't think it's crazy or strange on what you're doing or what's going on. When you look back, maybe you're going to be able to connect all the dots.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right. So I hope that helps somebody tonight.
You know, it's amazing. I all of this that's happening and being said. Kiki was talking about her coffee, and I asked her like, "What keeps you going?" And she was like, "Sometimes one week I won't sell. I sell one bag. It motivates me." And everybody's talking. So when Katrina hit, being a PK, Chuck's a PK as well. You know, being these PKs and Dr. Deven PK. So my daddy always wanted me to do gospel, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this one gospel album for my daddy just to please my daddy, right? But there was this one particular song, super simple. It says, "Wherever you send me, I'll go. All that I pray for, you know, I want you to draw me closer to you." That's the whole chorus. Like the whole time, I didn't understand it, but it's like in everything that I do, even what Chuck was saying and Mac was saying, like everything tonight, and no matter where, and it's amazing how you said you thought God was calling you to do one thing with the talent, but God was calling you somewhere else. And people are like, you're gonna be a preacher. Preaching is not my calling.
No.
Music is my calling. When I have people walking up to me saying, "You cured me." Last week, the sister comes up, she goes, "You cured me of my anxiety." And I was like, wow, thank you, sis. Like I didn't know how to receive it because I'm like, what is, and it goes back. It's amazing because when I met with you, Doc, Saturday, and you started talking about the vibration and frequencies, everything started to tie together, right? So it's just amazing how these things are working, how divine alignment, and I think that's what Alina said, divine intervention. Divine alignment works so beautifully because when we don't even know what God is doing, God is already like, I already worked that out for you. Just use these tools that you know God has put together with what Doc has given us. Take these tools from his toolbox and be practical with it. As I think that was, I can't remember who said it, but be practical with it in order for you to get the results. Yeah.
That's it right there.
Look, it's tonight. I'm so high right now. I'm like so high.
Go past our place.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You listen to me every rising. Yay. Look, my music is all on every platform. Y'all can go download. Look, the first album I released in 2007. You're gonna hear a lot of songs that very inspirational. But songs like "Wherever You Send Me," "I'll Go," that "I'll Go" still resonates in my spirit to this day. And I'm like, where did these words come? And it's like, "Ask and it shall be given," like all scripture. But yeah. Tonight, oh my God, we gotta.
Oh, look, we got time. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 96 of Nightcap Knowledge. We've been at this thing 96 times. This is coming up on heading into our third year of Nightcap Knowledge. So yeah, we chugging away. We're being blessed to talk with more people that are doing amazing things in their community, and we're gonna take this thing. We're virtual, but as Tanya said, we're gonna do some meetups. We're gonna do Nightcap Knowledge live in your community, at your church, your synagogue, your mosque, your community center, wherever you are. We coming to you, and we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna tell the truth wherever we go, and we're gonna be together doing it. So
look like Nightcap Knowledge is gonna be with Chop It Up series, and I'm not gonna be on that segment, but I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching because we're gonna have a male version and then we're gonna have our female version, because it's always great to have diversity in conversation, especially in the Black race. Like we have to be truthful with that. So we're about to go somewhere, y'all. We're about to go head on out where we do it. Those again, if you want to be on the show, drop that link really quick, Chuck, for those who want to appear on the show. If you're an artist, if you are whoever you are, you want to come on and talk to us and share your talents and gifts on this platform, your product, your wisdom and knowledge, email us.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Can I add one thing? So, I want to remind myself to say this. You can find me sometimes as well. I do a Facebook Live. It's called Relationship Corner with Deven and Patrice. And actually, it's a conversation with my ex-girlfriend from 20 years ago. And we're now really good friends. And so we talk about different topics that's dealing with relationships, not just relationship between man and woman, but relationships with your mama, with your daddy, with everyone, your family members, siblings, whoever. So check us out. That is at The Relationship Corner, DP. And just look for it. It'll be on my page. It'll be on other pages. I'll share it.
So it's on your Facebook page.
Yes, it is on my Facebook page, and I'll be sharing periodically when we will the next show, the next live. So please check us out. There's some great content. I have a amazing co-host, and it's definitely God-sent, and it's a blessing.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it.
Another Nightcap Knowledge Relationship Corner, bro. We about to
Doc.
We about to get on your nerve, like between and oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have a coffee time conversation early so people could get up and come have coffee with us. Mm-hmm. Hey, Patrice. So yeah, so get ready for that Nightcap Knowledge cocktail, and then the
coffee, cocktails, and conversation.
There we go. Coffee, cocktails, and conversation. We about to go. We about to go there, yeah. So y'all go get your coffee at Cora's Girls. Cora's Girls Coffee. Coffee. We about to go somewhere, y'all. Get your minds ready. Going. Get your minds ready. Where we going, Chuck? We going.
Wait. We're going to get to where the money reside, baby. Every Tuesday, Nightcap Knowledge, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm one of your hosts, DJ George Shuck. We have no idea what happened to Mac. We'll see him next week.
Shout out to the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Kiki, thank you for being here. Dr. Deven, thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all. All the Nightcappers out there, make sure you subscribe to Nightcap Knowledge on all of the platforms. We'll see y'all here next week, 9 p.m. Nightcap Knowledge, baby. DJ George Chuck. We out. Peace.